explaining the law. And he said the president can fire the FBI director. He can order any investigation to stop them. It's his job description. It's his constitutional right. It's his authority to do that. This can't be illegal. And then another point, he said, even if he was a ruler of the Russians, which he was not, but if he was during the campaign, there's no law against that. It's not illegal in any way.
Well, there is no sort of law that you're not supposed to communicate as a private citizen with a foreign.
That's different. That's what Ted Kennedy did, by the way. All that shit during the Carter election, the Carter Act. So he was secretly negotiating with the, what was it? It wasn't Vietnam.
But he was with the Russians.
So with the Russians, yeah, we're going to get the Russians on to do something to Carter. Yeah, right. But he was trying to get them to change their government policy to screw up the president. There's no Al Gore or Trump was trying to get some of Obama things screwed up with the Russians. So, but if he was just voting to win the election, which he wasn't, there's nothing illegal. It's perfectly legal. Not that he did it, but you see at that tech conference, you see the pictures? Yeah. It's him and Jeff Bezos and, Bezos is such a warm. I watched the video of the first tech conference. You know, Jeff Bezos rose up at the thought of Donald Trump. Nobody hates him like Donald Trump, but watch the video of the first tech conference. He went around the room. Everybody's in the wall arguing about instead of Apple, I'm so-and-so, but Twitter, when he got to Jeff Bezos, he actually said it to him. I'm so good to be here. I'm really happy to be here. I'm so excited to be here. What a phony. Hey, by the way, what is Amazon doing buying every Whole Foods? I hear a couple of rumors. One, they've always been developing robots. They think they can put robots in Whole Foods to get rid of employees.
How the heck is a robot going to get you anything with a robot cashier?
Robot cashier, robot, we can do the water.
Find the milk?
Yeah, robot, they're making a robot. They're also thinking of cutting those stores in half. Second half will be like a distribution center for something. There's Amazon. They're opening stores, their own stores everywhere. They got a bookstore now. In Time Warner Center. They have developed software. You know what a lot of people do when they go into a store, like they're looking at an appliance, they get in there, let me see if this is cheaper, is this a good price? Let me look online. At the end of the day, come up with software, like they're patenting right now, that will block that. They can tell if you're looking, they can tell what product you're looking at. By the way, most stores are doing this now. They can read your phone down to the inch where you are. It's software in the store that reads your phone. And they buy these services.
And they will block your ability to compare a price. You're standing next to a Sears washing machine.
Well, let's say you're looking at a pair of Beats Studio purple headphones. Okay. They know you type that in. Not right. Only joke would be looking at a Sears washing machine.
Well, I don't know. I think that it's fine. I don't know.
2017. Do they even have Sears?
I don't know. I haven't been in Sears.
I think they're all going out of business, aren't they? What did they?
Well, they're closed.
Yeah, they're closed.
I haven't been in Sears.
Speaking of that, Saks didn't have magnificent stores. I mean, the locations didn't have it. 50th Rockefeller Center, an entire block. They got big stores all over. Activist investors now pushing the company to sell the real estate. They're going to have to close a lot of stores. Saks just laid off 2,000. Polo just closed 100 stores. Macy's closed 150. Before that happens, they're demanding Saks. Well, think about it.
Saks only Fifth Avenue store?
What would you get? You could get $1 billion.
Yeah. What's that say about their business?
Well, then put this back in. Hey, instead of just waiting to go down with the rest of the shit, start selling this real estate. Where else? They have a lot of big Saks.
There's at least several in here, I think.
But where they own it, I don't even know. Some Wall Street, but Fifth Avenue. Think of it. Hey, I'm saying $1 billion, maybe $2 billion for an entire block of Rockefeller Center. Who knows? So, we'll get lucky. We'll take some calls. 800-321-0710. Number over. And there was some detail later. Remember I said yesterday, Megan Kelly came in third place. Yeah, let me correct that. That's not true. She came in fourth place. Fourth place for Megan Kelly. She's a total, complete disaster. One of the greatest disasters in the history of television. The first week of disasters, third place, got beaten by a 60-minute 3-run as a business. Second, Aaron Andrews. get so low, you can't go any lower. If you did literally put nothing on, you'd still get like a million viewers per hour. Just from big people leaving the TV on. So, fourth place this time was beaten by everyone. NBC knows they have to get rid of her. They're working now. They're in crisis meetings with how to get rid of her. And I'm hearing they have approached the Murdoch figureback about maybe they would buy up the contract and take her back. Yeah. Well, you know, those two sons have some loyalty to her. When they were trying to screw over Roger, she double-crossed Adolf and came and gave some weird testimony, whatever they needed. Oh, okay. So they really owe her one. But I don't know. She's pretty hated over there at Fox. That would completely destroy morale. I think I don't think they'll take her. But also, she's damaged goods now. Why would you take her back? Exactly. Still hasn't announced what she's done. You know, somebody else pointed out, she's only on the first 15 minutes of the show.
You gotta think they have already planned the show.
Think about this. You watch O'Reilly or Hannity do. Can you imagine Hannity saying, "See, I can only do the first 15 minutes. So 3 other people have to do the rest of the show." What kind of show is this where she's only on the first segment? Good point. Anyway, we'll get back to that. And we'll have more coming up. Check out the webpage. They'll let good stuff up there. Oh, watch this video. I think this is Megyn Kelly's greatest moment. Watch her fart live on TV. Don't watch it. It's quite a video. It's pretty good. Oh, I also want you to watch this. You'll love this. This is the single funniest and saddest country song ever. This guy sings this beautiful country song. He sings it. I think my dog's a Democrat. It's a funny song. Oh, and I love this clip. Somebody sent me this. This is great. Watch Joe Pesci as Darth Vader. It really improves the whole thing. Watch Pesci as Darth Vader. It's all on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com. Then go over to the Mark Simone page. Or you can just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
Hey, Sean, income without having to work a second job. Maybe it sounds too good to be true. Well, my good friends at Online Trading Academy can show you how other people are doing this every single day. Now they have a patented course strategy that can help you learn how to follow what the big banks on Wall Street are doing and how profits are being made when the market goes up and even when it goes down. And right now they're offering a free Wall Street Insider kit so you can get started right away. You just need to text the word TRADE to 57682, 57682. You get 2 online classes, instructional videos, and a guide that will help you learn to build that second income. Now it's all free. Text the word TRADE to 57682, and I'll even throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming workshop so you can ask questions and learn more. Now the market is making all kinds of moves. Are you ready to move with it? Text the word TRADE to 57682. That's TRADE to 57682.
Message theories may apply. Hey, if you live in certain towns, especially some of the times in the summers, they got the worst water. And if you've been thinking about getting a home water filtration system, you're ready to go over, and you see like $69 this little filter thing, and that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is call, it's a really great company, a lot of us have used, and they're considered the best. You give them a call, let them put in a state-of-the-art water filtration system. That way you got really clean, delicious, safe water coming out of the faucet at all times. And that's the, it affects everything. That's the water you're cooking with, making your coffee with, everything tastes better. Give this company called Long Island Clean Water. They do great work. They've been doing it over 30 years. It's family-owned, A+ rated. A lot of us have used it right here at the station. Long Island Clean Water. The number is 516-694-PURE. Tell them you want our listeners to do a free installation. 516-694-PURE. 516-694-PURE. Or go to their website, licleanwater.com. licleanwater.com.
Your wish is on demand. Watch your favorite NBC shows whenever you want. Install the NBC4 app, sign in, and start watching. You can also watch things for New York live right on your phone. Breaking news, weather, and investigative are in town. Search WNBC on the App Store now, then get caught up on the voice. Or watch Today in New York live during your morning commute. Never miss it. Or fear the spoiler alert. The NBC4 app. This is TV Now.
Your basement or crawl space smells. If you ain't running a dehumidifier, then you need to hear this. There's a better way to transform those damp, musty areas into a dry, healthy environment. It's with the Wave Moisture Control Unit, which dries out the entire basement and crawl space without any buckets of water, and will save you hundreds of dollars in electricity. The Wave Unit reduces moisture, which nourishes mold, odors, and dust mites. It expels radon, combustion gases, and chemicals that cause health issues, trigger asthmatic symptoms, and worse. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to have a fresher, drier, healthier home all year round. Take advantage of our huge pre-season sale going on now. All Wave units come with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Wave Home Solutions for advanced air and water technology. Call now, 888-798-WAVE, 888-798-WAVE, or visit mydryhouse.com, mydryhouse.com. Hey, the new Maserati Levante is just come out. This is a hot new car at a great price of $3,250. You can find the Levante at 2 great celebrity Maserati locations. Maserati of Morris County, Route 10 in Whippany, the all-new Maserati of Bergen County, 17 Upper Saddle River. They give you a red carpet service start to finish. Maserati of Morris County and the all-new Maserati of Bergen County. Back number HM115, call 877-828-8124 for details.
Pain is a big player in our lives, pushing us to do things to relieve it that only seem to impose power over us. We all experience it and just accept it as part of being human. Hi, this is John Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I invite you to join me every Saturday night at 12:30 a.m. when I speak with some of the most inspirational and influential people in the world. This is not different. It's how we can learn to be seen in the right way in order to find new powers and things. Guy is the author of more than 40 books and audiobooks, and is the founder and director of Life of Learning Foundation. Tune in to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life every Saturday night at 12:30 a.m. right here on WOR 7. For more information, visit CYACYL.com. And authors, be sure to check out our book club to see how you can get your book listed there. Visit CYACYL.com.
Hey, it can really be tough to get an elderly parent or a relative, somebody you need to take care of at home. You've got to find somebody really good, a home health care aide or a nurse. Well, there's a very fine aide, David York, home health care aide. This is a boutique agency that's been doing this for many years, and they're very carefully selected just the best home health care aides and the finest experienced nurses. So if you need somebody, give them a call. And it's a good small boutique agency. You can always talk to the supervising nurse in charge. You can talk to the owner anytime you want. They've got great people. If you need a really caring, compassionate home health care aide or a licensed, experienced nurse, give them a call. The David York Home Health Care Agency. The number is 800-885-0808. 800-885-0808. 800-885-0808.
With so many music apps out there, ever wonder which one's the most popular in America? The one that lets you listen to live radio, custom radio from your favorite artist, and download unlimited music. Oh yeah, and the one that's free if you get iHeartRadio. Right, and you wouldn't be alone. Come join millions of music fans who rated iHeartRadio the #1 free music app in America. Download the free iHeartRadio app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. We've got high def. 710 WOR can now also be heard at 104.3 FM HD2. Mr. New York, Mark Simone.
On 710 WOR.
Hey, we'll take some calls. A little louder on the music. I'll take the calls. 800-321-0710 is the number. Call me right now. 800-321-0710. We've got lots to get to, too. We get to Mayor de Blasio. He may lose control of the school system over this temper tantrum because a lot of people, speaking of CBS, actually speaking of NBC, but speaking of CBS, a lot of people very upset at Scott Kelly. You know, his language was extremely offensive when he was the anchor of the CBS Nightly News. He would really, you know, all these guys that lost their hold, Matt Lauer, they're all partisans, they're all Democrats, they're all liberals. It's pretty obvious. But Scott Kelly would just use wording that was so over the top biased. It was crazy. So in his segment, about the horrible shooting of the while he's lying there in critical condition in his hospital bed, and he described his shooting as, as tragic as this, and also, let's be honest, probably self-inflicted. Just blaming him. Scott Talley did that on the way out the door. Wow. Self-inflicted, in other words. It's like with that crazy nut on MSNBC. You see that Joy Reid on the weekend? A lot of people got upset with her on Saturday. The guy was in surgery, fighting for his life in the hospital. She went into an attack on him. And the irony that it was a black lesbian officer that saved his life. As if he were some kind of bigot or homophobe, which he's not. And I'm sure the officer really appreciates being identified as the black lesbian officer. That's Joy Reid, that racist host on MSNBC. Let's take some calls. Let's go to Dave in Chicago. Dave.
Yes, good morning, Mark. I was thinking about Jeff Bezos and Amazon, and items that are Amazon-proof. I have a couple here. High-end jewelry, high-end Swiss watches, say diamonds. What about suits and ties, coats, shoes, that sort of thing? They have to be custom-made.
I don't know. People, once you know the tie you like, you've got a certain Brooks Brothers tie you like, they're all cut the same. They all kind of feel the same, so you can tell. Hermes ties, you can tell. But one thing I think is bulletproof are shoes. Shoe stores. Because that's the one thing, well, you got to feel them.
I got to tell you, I ordered from Amazon the same exact pair of shoes.
Well, that's different. You're going to get the same exact shoe. All right, if you know the shoe you like,
Yep.
And the company and the model and such, then okay. Now let's face it, if you're a woman, you gotta have new shoes all the time. You can buy the same shoe.
Yeah.
A woman I know, she's all upset because she bought these shoes from out of Jordy Hansen. Well, they're so great. I said, well, good. I got two pairs. She goes, I can't have two pairs of the same shoes. So, for guys, if we like a shoe, we just buy the same shoe for years.
And I must tell you, all those women's shoes with the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So
they just some are higher, that's it.
Scores, and you're watching The Dancer. Those shoes look the same as Madeline Albright.
I go to Scores, I'm not looking at the Dancer, the shoes.
No, you look at the food.
You're right.
That's when you're married too long. You look at the buffet. Let's go to Lou in Queens. Lou, you're on 710 WOR.
Well, good talking to you. It looks like we got a developing problem in Syria, and here's the thing I want to pass by you. Raqqa is in Syria, and the Russians and the Iranians and Hezbollah are always shaking their fists on how big and bad they are. Why doesn't the United States just tell our Kurdish allies, who are the only reliable people there, let the Russians take? Let the Russians take Syria by themselves and the Iranians and Assad. Why should the Kurds risk all their people taking it when the Russians and the Iranians are going to occupy the city anyway?
Well, I don't know if you want the expansion of Iranian territory with Russia involved, but the good news is there's collusion going on right now. The Trump officials are talking to the Russian officials. They're constantly in touch, and they have been for the last 24 hours. Out-and-out collusion. I'm sure they'll be arrested at any moment for this, but it's good news. One more. Let's go to Rob in New Jersey. Hey, Rob.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Great show, man. Mr. Barr was there. He's a little confused about what exactly the press is entitled to from the government. It would just seem that the government can't interfere with their publishing. Anything else is up to them to move on.
Yeah, I don't know what you're preaching for. You guys make everything up anyway. You make up whatever you want.
Well, I mean, the White House just can't. It has to be responsible and responsive to the American public, and explain.
Yeah, I don't have to talk to the White House press corps.
Well, then be more coherent in your tweets.
You're
Put out statements.
No, if the president won't make speeches, all he wants.
Well, go ahead.
I hate to break it to you. You guys did this to yourself, not you, but the media. Watch those White House press briefings. They nitpick every word of a tweet. If you're not going to ask about policy, Why bother even coming out there?
Free and unfettered press is essential to democracy.
Yeah, no. That applies to if you're going to come out and ask questions about exactly what should we do in
You
Syria.
can't determine the questions.
Yes, you can determine the substance, the level of the... If you're not going to ask about substance, if you're not asking about important issues, we're not here to just nitpick wording of tweets. We're not going to come out and do that for an hour every day. And if you've watched these.
Well, they do get tedious.
Be honest, a half hour is nitpicking crap that doesn't...
But that's always the way it's been.
And you're responsible to the public. If you're not going to ask about issues that concern the public is not concerned about these tweets. They're concerned about jobs, the economy, Syria, North Korea. If you're not going to talk about that, no more briefings. And what they'll do, I think they'll cut it down to once a week. They also hear Laura Ingram's name back in the atmosphere there. I don't know if she'll be there, but they're looking for somebody. Hey, when we come back, Roger Freeman will be with us. He has some good stuff about Megyn Kelly and Carrie Fisher. You're not going to believe what's coming back as a movie. And you're not going to believe what Time Warner's actually going to be. Well, we'll get to all that coming up in a moment. On 710 WOR, let's get to all the latest news. Here's Joe Bartlett.
Mark, tensions continue to rise in Syria with word this morning the U.S. shot down a regime-backed drone. NBC News reports it was showing hostile intent. Fox News also says a Russian fighter jet buzzed a U.S. reconnaissance aircraft over the Baltic Sea yesterday, coming within 5 feet of it. MTA following through on Governor Cuomo's call to provide reduced fares to LIRR commuters impacted by this summer track work. Agency says the discounts would average 25% for customers who are diverted to Brooklyn and Queens. That Amtrak emergency repair work at Penn Station is expected to begin next month. And a Brooklyn man has been charged with the Father's Day beating of his 16-month-old daughter. Shaquan Taylor allegedly attacked Nyla Lewis because she wouldn't stop crying. She suffered severe brain damage and may not survive. Next update at 11, breaking news at once. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News radio station.
After the storms of yesterday, a much improved forecast with sunshine here through the afternoon, up to 84. Clear tonight, low 67. Partly cloudy tomorrow with 85 high and a mix of clouds and sunshine on Thursday. Thursday's high 81. Dry Friday up to 87. Sunshine this hour 75 at WOR.
Dave John and Larry Graham side by side on their first ever tour together. Saturday, July 29th at NYCD Theater in Westbury. 9-time Grammy Award nominee Dave John, Grammy Award nominee and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Larry Graham. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and at the Westbury box office.
As a home health aide, I want to join a service that cares as much about the patients as I do.
Xana's Home Care is seeking exceptional home health aides and personal care aides to serve patients in New York and Long Island. This is an amazing opportunity to start a well-paying career with benefits, a flexible schedule, and a great working environment. No certification needed. Free training available. To apply, use your cell phone to call pound 250 and say the keyword home care. That's pound 250, keyword home care.
Hey, if you're in a quiet room and all of a sudden you start hearing ringing, buzzing in your ears, you can't make it go away, it's driving you nuts, that's called tinnitus. And if you've got that, you need to call Dr. Melanie Hertzfeld, an associate for Very Good on Long Island. They specialize in managing tinnitus. Other hearing specialists refer their tinnitus patients to them, so go right to the best. If your ears are ringing, call Dr. Melanie Hertzfeld and Associates. The number's 516-364-0011. 516-364-0011. 516-364-0011.
Procure Proton Therapy Center was the first in the tri-state area to bring the most advanced radiation treatment to the fight against prostate cancer. With up to 60% less radiation delivered to surrounding healthy tissue and organs versus X-ray radiation, proton therapy delivers for the low risk of long-term side effects like incontinence and impotence. Procure is the only treatment center in the region using pencil beam scanning, which takes precision to the next level by painting tumors with proton radiation in 3 dimensions. Pencil beam scanning, in combination with a hydrogel spacer procedure, can further minimize the risk of unwanted side effects. At Procure, preserving quality of life is as important as fighting the cancer itself. To learn more, visit procure.com/NJ or call 1-855-3-PROTON. That's That's 1-855-3-PROTON.
You need a company to replace the windows in your home. Do you want to know the company that over 25,000 New York Metro homeowners chose to replace their windows? Today I'm talking with the local owner of Renewal by Anderson, Larry Landis. Larry, 25,000 local customers is absolutely amazing.
Hi, Todd. Thanks. You know, we have an unbelievable window, and we go above and beyond for our customers. And because we're the replacement window division of Anderson, people know they're getting the best.
You mentioned your unbelievable window. Now, do you sell vinyl windows?
No, we don't. We refuse to sell vinyl because vinyl is weak. In fact, we've replaced so many vinyl windows, we've lost count. Our window is made of the thermopolymer composite called Vibrex, which is twice as strong as vinyl.
Now, Larry, people want a strong window. They also want a fantastic price.
That they do. Right now, with our instant product rewards, save 20% on absolutely everything. That's windows, patio doors, and even installation, too, with no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year.
See, now that's an incredible deal, Larry. For a very limited time, save 20% on absolutely everything. Windows, patio doors, and even installation, too. For a free Renewal by Anderson brochure or window diagnosis, just call 800-721-6100. That's 800-721-6100. 800-721-6100.
Offer not available in all areas. Restrictions and conditions apply. Call for license information. Feelings are so important to our lives. The feelings of our family,
Mom, I love you and Dad so much.
our co-workers.
John, you are doing a great job for us. You have a bright future here.
Those feelings can be destroyed in an instant when your family, friends, and co-workers learn you're a criminal. Caught committing insurance fraud. Each year, insurance fraud costs every New Yorker millions of dollars in higher insurance premiums and higher prices for goods and services. Auto-related fraud is one of the worst. Staged auto accidents, inflated injury and damage, registration, faulty airbag or windshield replacement, towing scams, and an owner falsely claiming their car was stolen or destroyed are costly examples of auto insurance fraud. Fraud is the crime you pay for. Download our special report, Don't Be a Victim, by visiting fraudny.com or by calling 844-FRAUD-NY.
Robert Casilman will be on the mound for the Mets tonight as they look to even up this four-game series with the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Hi, I'm Howie Rose.
And this is Josh Lewin. First pitch tonight, been for 10-10. Don't miss the Sports Zone at 6:05, followed by Mets on deck at 9:05. Wayne Randaz on the pregame show at 9:30.
It's New York Mets baseball right here on 710 WOR.
Mark Simone.
On 710 WOR.
Well, Roger Friedman does this great website called Showbiz411.com. So he's got great news, great stories. Showbiz411.com. Check it every day. Roger Friedman, how you doing? I'm okay. Good morning, Mark. How are you? Hey, I'm good. We've been following the Megyn Kelly story all week. What a disaster this has turned out to be. A complete disaster. First of all, when she started her show 3 weeks ago, she lost that night to a rerun of 60 Minutes, and things have not improved. And this past Sunday, she, of course, had on Alex Jones, who I find to be incredibly odious. And apparently, either people thought he was odious or didn't care because no one tuned in. Well, I think most people don't care. I mean, I don't. Who cares about Alex Jones? And the other thing is, his fans were told not to watch. So who's going to watch? Well, his fans. I mean, here's the thing. She's trying to do something sensational every week to get ratings. And this is not a good way to start. She should have started with just serious stuff and worked up a reputation. Because the people at NBC, the people who watch NBC, don't know her the way the people do her at Fox. She's got to reestablish herself. They've brought her in there like she's going to be their Barbara Walters. Yeah, and it's not happening. The problem is she's not a journalist. She's a lightweight with no talent, but Roger Ailes was a genius. He knew the right lighting, close-up of her face the whole time. The writers could keep an eye on her when she was booking her. But and not to say that she's not good in some way, but this always backfires. When you bring somebody into any format, and you tell your viewers, this person's a superstar, you must watch them. They don't watch. Yeah, but you got to work your way up. Mark, you worked your way up. Yeah, but The problem is, first of all, she's in third place the first week. That's with Putin. The second week, she's down 42%. You know, this past week, she was in fourth place.
She was in fourth place. She was beaten by a rerun of America's Funniest Home Video. That means that she was beaten by a cat chasing a ball of string. You know what I mean? or a baby pooping on their name. And this is not a good way to start. So this week, my joke was that she's got OJ on this week. I'm joking, of course. She's got OJ on this week, and next week she's going to have Sirhan on to see if that'll wake people up.
She's still be in fourth place.
And she'll be in fifth place. You know, bowling will be better received.
Her problem with Alex Jones, nobody cares. I would want to see an interview with Alex Jones, but if she did, first of all, there's like 20, probably 200 Alex Joneses out there at the internet. Crazy right-wing guys, crazy left-wing guys. If she said, we're going to show you all that crazy people on the internet, maybe I'd watch that.
Or if she talked to his people who are Norris, if she talked to his people and said, why are you watching? If we got some idea of who these people are and why they're attracted to him, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, but
that would have been, I wanted to know more about, there was a young guy who works for Alex Jones, and I wanted to know more about that guy. He's a young guy. I wanted to know, what's your story here? How did you get involved? But we didn't really learn that.
Yeah, and it was also so incomplete. There's like, I'm sure there's 20 Alex Jones guys on the right, there's probably 20 on the left.
Well, there's nobody like Alex Jones.
Well, sure there is.
There's nobody else who's denied that Sandy Hook happened.
Oh, yeah, no, that's where she made a mistake. There are other Alex Joneses out there. Plenty of them. And that would have been interesting for you because you didn't know it.
No, I don't know if it would be interesting. I'll tell you what I think what would happen is what happened, like my mother said to me later, that she watched it. She turned as soon as it started. As soon as she got the idea of who he was, she went to 60 Minutes and watched the piece from last January. Because smart people didn't want to see it. They weren't interested in it. And I think it started to make her cry. And you know, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. And the people in Sandy Hook certainly didn't watch it. Connecticut, of course, they lost nobody watched in Connecticut.
Well, yeah, the affiliate didn't watch it.
But you know, it's bigger. It's a bigger story with Megyn Kelly than just Alex Jones. It's what what they're doing is, and they put like the head of a cobra onto Dateline. so now they're going to start every Sunday with some crazy thing with her, and then the rest of it just looks like Dateline.
Yeah, but that's another question. You're paying her $20 million a year. She can't do the whole show. She's only in the first 15 minutes.
Well,
imagine I can't do the whole show.
No. Well, Bette Midler doesn't do 8 shows a week. I mean, nobody works hard anymore. But, you know, I'll tell you, there are 2 people on there. Harry Smith is on there, who I love, and Cynthia McFadden, also who I love. They do a great job. They just let them do a show.
Yeah,
Forget about Megyn Kelly.
That's the big problem. She's such a lightweight. She just looks like a dopey
compared to them. Yeah, also, compared to Harry Smith, it's a joke. I mean, Harry and Cynthia are real journalists who have, you know, thousands of hours of investigative reporting behind them, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, but just the way they talk and do it, it's like 60 Minutes quality. Somebody should check. You should check and see if the second half hour higher rated than the first half hour.
And then, I actually stayed for a while to watch what was going on. And, you know, this guy, Keith Morrison, he's the guy who does usually murders and things, you know, on Dateline. He usually they follow some crazy murder in Florida. And he's got a very interesting voice. You know the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, see, I don't even know who the guy is, but he looks good. As soon as you see it, it looks like he knows what he's
got the white hair.
Yeah, he looks like he really knows his stuff.
Well, he used to not have white hair, but he's the one who always, like they do these murder mysteries in real life. So anyway, they sent him to New Zealand to do a report on how great New Zealand is to live in. So New Zealand had to have paid for that.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a tourist plug. That's a travel log.
There was a whole piece on all these Americans are moving to New Zealand. You heard of anybody move to New Zealand?
No, I've never heard of anyone moving to New Zealand.
You said to me,
and I don't even know where New Zealand is. Is it near the Bronx?
Well, it's below Australia. But you said to me,
below Australia is the South Pole.
That's right. But you said, do you know anybody's moved to North Carolina? I could say, yeah, I can think of 10 people. I never heard anybody move to New Zealand. You're right. They paid for that plug.
And then I did look. They had a beautiful shot of those sheep coming toward us, and all I could think of was lamb chops and sweaters.
Yeah, listen to you. Well, I'm glad that's what you thought of when you saw those sheets.
I did, and PETA, of course, is now calling us as I say that.
All right.
Hey, you know what?
Before we run out of time, yeah, go over Carrie Fisher's.
Poor Carrie Fisher was such a great person. I knew her for a long time, and she was just wonderful. But she had terrible problems that she could not overcome. And they say in her autopsy that when she died, she had cocaine, heroin, and ecstasy in her system. And it's just tragic. She leaves her daughter, who's a great girl, and her family, and her mother was so upset that she had a heart attack and died. And it's just a tragic story. But she kept telling us all the time, even when she was on Broadway doing her one-woman show, which is so funny, and you can watch it on HBO. She says, I have mental illness, I have drug problems that I can't overcome. And no one really believed that was true, but it is true, and it's a serious thing.
Hey, you wrote about this. Planet of the Apes is coming back.
Oh, Planet of the Apes is coming July 14th. It's the third installment of this series of movies. This one's called War of the Planet of the Apes. We haven't seen it yet in New York, but my LA people saw it last week, and apparently it's fantastic. It's going to be as big as Wonder Woman, if not bigger. So we've had some failures at the box office. You know, Tom Cruise's Mummy completely failed, and we've had a few others that haven't done very well. But now we're going to have this a big summer hit with War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is a mummy. So, you know, Tom Hanks is a mummy. I can see that.
Yeah, Tom Hanks also had a big failure this spring, this early summer with a movie called The Circle. You know, it's getting harder and harder to get people into theaters. You've got to make great movies.
You know why we're having all these bomb movies this year?
Yeah.
I think all the great writers and everybody have been bought up for Netflix and Amazon, and they're all working over there now.
They're all doing these TV shows tonight. But tonight there's a movie that's premiering. They're having their red carpet premiere, and then I think it starts in a few days on Amazon. It's called The Big Sick, and you'll recognize the actor. I can't think of his name, but he's on Silicon Valley, one of my favorite shows. And
Boy, this guy's got a hell of a career. Even the entertainment reporter can't think of his name.
no, I can't think of his name, but I'll tell you what it is. I'll look it up on. See, I can Google it.
I know, but this guy's going to get a better PR agent. The showbiz expert can't think of his name.
No, his Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh.
And you know him. You've seen him a million times. You've seen him on TV. The minute you see his face, he's Pakistani born, and he's so funny, and he's written this movie with his fiance, or now his wife, and it's directed by Michael Showalter, who's a terrific guy, and this is a movie about how they fell in love. Like they went on a date, and then something happened to her. She went into a coma, and he was going to the hospital and taking care of her, and when she woke up, they realized they were in love, but it's very funny.
Sounds like the worst Tinder date. What's it called?
It's called The Big Sick.
Oh, okay. Well, we got.
And it was huge out of Sundance. Everybody's going crazy about it, and they're having their big red carpet premiere. That's Amazon.
All right. We're out of time. We got to go. But all right. Everybody check showbiz411.com. Right through here. Showbiz411.
We're churning them out.
All right. Roger Freeman, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody check out the website. The great videos up there today. Watch Megyn Kelly fart live on TV. It was the funniest moment ever. We got that up there. Oh, don't miss this video. This is a really funny and maybe the saddest country song ever. Watch the way the guy sings this. He's a great country singer. He sings, I Think My Dog's a Democrat. Listen to the lyrics on this. Oh, and watch Joe Pesci as Darth Vader. It's all up there. Just go to 710WOR.com and go over to the Mark Simone page. 710WOR.com and go over to the Mark Simone page.
Now on WOR, Media Linked, Inside Advertising and Media with Michael Casson.
It's a pleasure for me to welcome Babs Rangaya, the executive partner and global marketing member at IBM. Today, we think of IBM differently than we did as a mainframe computer company. You know, back in the day, certainly chat a bit about the IBM of today and the agency and the importance as a digital leader, a digital thinker, a digital marketer.
Some of the most important technologies moving forward are things that we're at the front end of. And my role is really interesting because I get to touch kind of everything across IBM, all the product, brand, the services. It really allows me to, A, bring that to the clients, but also to build things that in the past we would just write white papers about, you know, like now we are so advanced in technology and have been for so long that we can bring some things to life for clients, brands that really nobody can. That's the thing that's most exciting.
I'm Michael Casson with Inside Advertising and Media on WOR.
Hey, if you've been spending a lot of money on bottled water, $2 a month, stop doing that. The smart thing to do, get a home water filtration system. It more than pays for itself. You're not wasting your money on bottled water. And this way you got really clean, delicious water that you're brushing your teeth with, taking a shower with, making your food with. It's a really good company, Long Island Clean Water. They do excellent work. Nobody better at this stuff. A lot of us have used them. We've used them right here at the station, Long Island Clean Water. They do the whole tri-state area. Tell them you're one of our listeners. They'll take great care of you. They'll even give you free installation. Call them at 516-694-PURE. 516-694-PURE. Or just go to their website, licleanwater.com, licleanwater.com.
Don't be afraid to leave your cancer treatment when it's not working. Don't be afraid to leave your cancer treatment when it's not tolerated. Some people are afraid to leave the big boys even when their cancer grows. No reason to be afraid. Plenty of people with cancer are pleasantly surprised to learn about all cancer options with Dr. Lederman. We're not afraid to discuss all cancer treatment options, unlike so many others. Leaving failed cancer treatment is a wise decision. Dr. Lederman, first in America with body radiosurgery. When all the hospitals and doctors thought standard treatment was okay, non-invasive outpatient invisible beams to hit your cancer in minutes. For new or recurrent cancers most anywhere in the body. To learn more, call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES. Dr. Lederman, 1384 Broadway at 38. We accept most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. Call Dr. Lederman, 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES. Call Dr. Lederman.
New Yorkers living in rent-regulated apartments may be able to freeze their rent if your rent stabilized. Lease renewal begins by September 30th, 2017. Great news. The Rent Guidelines Board voted a increase for one-year lease renewals, 2% increase for two-year renewals, and if you're 62 years and older or with a disability and earn $50,000 or less, you may be eligible for NYC Rent Freeze program and even longer freeze. Call 311 to find out. 711 for relay service, or visit nyc.gov/freeze your rent.
Josh Jelinski, your financial quarterback here, inviting you to join us Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. If you have questions on estate planning, charitable planning, retirement income planning strategies, call my office during the week at 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-5674, 888-988-JOSH, and listen every Saturday and Sunday at 9 right here on WOR.
Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, APFS, member FINRA, SIPC, advisory services through Wealth Quarterback LLC, WQ, APFS, and WQ are unaffiliated entities.
Well, if you really want to get a good night's sleep, there is nothing like a MyPillow. 25 million Americans use it. I've been using it for a couple of years. It really makes a difference. You can't go back to a regular pillow. And now's a great time because MyPillow's still doing the 4-pack special, half price, 50% off. You get 2 premium MyPillows that are 2 of the smaller Go Anywhere travel MyPillows, half price, 50% off. Just use the promo code WOR. That gets you the big discount. And of course, you get the 60-night money-back guarantee, the 10-year warranty. You go to mypillow.com. mypillow.com. You can get just the pillow you want. You pick the firmness, get it just the way you like it. mypillow.com. Or if you want to call, it's 800-651-0993. 800-651-0993. Or just go to mypillow.com. mypillow.com. And get the 4-pack half price. Use the promo code WOR.
Tom, what do you like best about this job? I like to see the look on people's faces when they see the difference we make. Describe that difference. We make places feel big and clean. We give people a fresh start, a do-over, a brand new day with birds singing and everything. And what do we say to people? All you have to do is point. Whatever you're pointing at will disappear. And what happens after it disappears? We recycle the recyclables and donate the donatables so planet Earth stays happy and healthy. I love planet Earth. Me too. It's my favorite planet. So they point, junk disappears, and we do the right things with it. Right, very right. And when do we do all this? We come when it's convenient for you. We work until midnight, 7 days a week, so you never have to take off work to meet us. Call 1-800-GOT-JUMP or visit 1-800-GOTJUMP.com.
WOR and WAXU HD2 New York.
Mark Simone.
On 710 WOR.
Well, look at this. Time Warner producing 10 new TV series for Snapchat in a $100 million deal. This Snapchat don't do anything to save themselves. They don't know. Well, we'll get to this in the next hour. Coming up, don't forget Rush at noon. Sean Hannity at 3. We've got the Mets tonight right here on 710 WOR.
Home of Len Berman and Todd Schmidt in the morning, and the New York Mets. 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
An iHeart radio station.
It is 75 degrees at 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Joe Bartlett. A U.S. fighter jet has shot down a pro-Syrian drone. CNN reports the drone had dropped one of several weapons near a position where coalition personnel were training and advising ground forces in the fight against ISIS. This comes after the U.S. shot down a regime warplane over the weekend. Meantime, Fox News is reporting a Russian fighter jet came within 5 feet of an American reconnaissance aircraft over the Baltic Sea. Officials say the Russian jet was provocative and flying erratically. LIRR commuters impacted by next month's repairs at Penn Station will have their fares reduced. The MTA says the discounts will average 25% for those who have their trains diverted to Brooklyn and Queens. That announcement comes after Governor Cuomo said it would be unfair for commuters to pay the full price when they're not getting the service they expect. There will be a White House press briefing today. The White House reversing course after being criticized for breaking protocol.
The White House has been all over the map on this. This morning when the White House press schedule went out, there was no press briefing listed whatsoever, not on camera, not off camera, but we've just received an update saying that yes, in fact, Sean Spicer will hold an on-camera briefing today. It'll be only his 4th briefing all month.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions says law enforcement around the country must act to reverse a new surge in violent crime. He's directing all U.S. attorneys and prosecutors to make it a priority.
Each American deserves to live in a safe neighborhood, free from violent crime and drugs, free from fear, and free to live their lives and pursue their dreams.
Speaking at the National Summit on Crime Reduction, Sessions says he's going to work to make America safe again. It's Election Day in Georgia, where a special congressional election is seen as a referendum on the Trump presidency. Voting this morning, the Republican candidate, Karen Handel, took a shot at her Democratic opponent, John Ossoff. Ossoff is not registered in that district where he's running. A Brooklyn father's been arrested and charged after allegedly beating his toddler daughter.
A 16-month-old baby girl is not expected to survive after taking a beating from her dad on Father's Day. Shaquan Taylor left his daughter with a fractured skull and brain damage during a visit to his Coney Island home. Police say he called Nyla's mother and told her she was crying. The mother came home to find her daughter lying on the floor, and when she tried to call 911, police say Taylor started beating her and took off. When police caught up with him, Taylor claimed his little girl fell. He's charged with assault and endangering the welfare of a child. Alice Stockton, Rossini, 710 WOR.
Funeral services to be held today for Mallory Grossman, a 12-year-old New Jersey girl who may have killed herself after being cyber-bullied. She died last week, the same day her parents complained to school officials in Rockaway Township about bullying on Snapchat.
Heartbroken. My kids, I have my twins over here that are in 7th grade, and you think about what tragedy at home.
Morris County Prosecutor's Office is now investigating. Dozens of flights, mostly on smaller regional jets, are being canceled today at the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. That's because the high temperatures could reach 120 degrees or more. All-time high for Phoenix is 122. High heat increases the speed and runway length needed for takeoffs and landings. Smaller planes especially are affected. Meantime, the temperature could reach 117 degrees in places like Las Vegas. Our news at 11 o'clock is brought to you today by BMW of Freehold.com, where customers refer their friends and families. It's 11:04 in just a moment to check on Wall Street and the weather.
Hi, my name is Victoria Hurst. My family's company, the Hearst Corporation, publishes a magazine called Cosmopolitan. I want to warn parents and all concerned adults that Cosmopolitan magazine, nicknamed Cosmo, contains explicit sexual material that is pornographic and hurts kids. The Hearst Corporation refuses to put a content warning on their magazine, so retail stores like Walmart are selling this filth to your children. Material harmful to minors laws across the country state that it is illegal to sell Cosmopolitan magazine's pornographic content to anyone under 18. I'm working to make retailers like Walmart and others aware of this, and to have Cosmopolitan magazine labeled adult material so that it cannot be sold to minors. Please protect your children and see my website, CosmoHurtsKids.com. CosmoHurtsKids.com.
Now checking Wall Street stocks lower in the early trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 2 points. NASDAQ down 10, and the S&P is down 6.
After the storms of yesterday, a much improved forecast with sunshine here through the afternoon up to 84. Clear tonight, low 67. Partly cloudy tomorrow with 85 the high, and a mix of clouds and sunshine on Thursday. Thursday's high 81. Dry Friday up to 87. Sunshine this hour, 75 at WOR.
This report brought to you by Prudential. Prudential, helping to turn financial challenges into opportunities for over 140 years. How can Prudential help you? Retirement, investment, insurance? Bring your challenges. In sports news, the Mets homered 4 times off Clayton Kershaw, but they still lose to the Dodgers 10-6. They'll try and rebound tonight in L.A. Robert Gesellman gets the start for the Mets. The coverage on WOR begins at 9:05. The Yankees were off last night. They're in action tonight in the Bronx against the Los Angeles Angels. 11:06, and that's our news next up to 11:30. Breaking news at lunch. And wake up with Len Berman and Todd Schnitt in the morning, 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News radio station.
Mr. New York, Mark Simone on WOR.
Oh, we got a big hour coming up. Lots to get to. We got to Donald Trump, Russia, Syria. We'll get to Georgia. Big election today. This is very important for the Democrats. We'll get to Megyn Kelly. If anybody's interested, you can have her. NBC is having crisis meetings today, trying to figure out how to get rid of her, what to do with the $20 million contract. They've quietly approached the Murdochs, seeing if they would be interested in buying out the contract and taking her back. I don't think so. I think if all else fails and they're stuck with her, I think they would give her an MSNBC show. Figure, you know, her success was in Fox Cable News, put her there. I mean, if you had to pay her off, you got to do something with it. Hey, by the way, I don't know what's going on, but MSNBC is back at #1, and they're beating Fox now, except for Hannity. Hannity's still strong. He's the #1 show on Fox, but otherwise, they're having a little trouble there.
Big anti-Trump audience out there, apparently, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it's that Fox is slipping or that MSNBC, I think it's more just MSNBC is way above their regular numbers. The tide is very high there right now because of the Trump hatred. Yeah. And I think it spikes every now and then. Like they were on top 1 week and then they went back down below Fox for a few weeks. It turned out one of the reasons was Rachel Maddow was sick. But I think there are spikes when the Trump haters think there's action, something happening. So when Mueller, when the unconfirmed report came out that Mueller might be looking at obstruction of justice, I think that sent all the haters back to MSNBC for all the details. Did you watch MSNBC? I was watching yesterday. It's fascinating.
I usually don't, no.
It's fascinating to watch because you watch Fox, if you watch Hannity, they got like 20 different topics per show. Now, they're all over the world. Here's some on Syria. Here's what's going on in Georgia with that election. Here's going on with the law about the kids and their phone. I mean, just go all over the world. You watch this MSNBC all hour, all day, every hour. It's all over. Mueller, obstruction, Mueller, obstruction.
I tend to prefer CNN.
Yeah. Well, CNN is a little better. Yeah. Only, I mean, it's just as biased, but there's more action going on. And they have balanced panels. It's like 17 liberals against 1 Democrat. But see, at least you get your point in there. Whereas MSNBC, 3 liberals. It's a moderate liberal debating an extreme liberal. But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do over there. The 5 is kind of the weak point in the lineup.
So wait a minute, what's going to happen Sunday with Megyn Kelly? They don't have anything to promote yet.
Yeah, they only got to get to August and then Sunday Night Football.
It's a long way to August.
Yeah, you're right. It's great. A lot of weeks. The problem is she was in 3rd place for 2 weeks, and now she's dropped to 4th place. And she could go to 5th place. The cable network may be here. So she's got a rough. I think they are talking to the Murdochs about getting them to take her back. I don't know if that works. I think, I'm just predicting this, I don't know this. I predict at some point they'll tell her to fake an illness just to get her off the air for a couple of weeks. You know, like Rachel Maddow was gone for 2 weeks. She had out flu. I think they'll get her to fake being sick for a few weeks. And they'll convince her it's best for you. Get off the air for a few weeks and let's restart the whole thing. This is a disaster. Let's retool, restart the whole thing. Now, the problem is, she gets $20 million a year. She can't do the entire show. She only does the first 15 minutes. And then these real journalists take over. But they're really seasoned veterans. They look like 60 Minutes quality. So she looks like she's doing the weather in Cleveland or something, like some weather girl. She doesn't look like up to them. So.
And why do they call it Sunday Nights with Megyn Kelly if she's only there for the first story?
It's Sunday Nights with 4 people, Megyn Kelly first. But the other guys come on. Cynthia McFadden.
Yeah, she's good.
They got real gravitas. You know, this Harry Smith and the other guy with the white hair. I don't know who he is, but when he starts talking, it's believable. But she looks like some weather bimbo from a local station reading questions on a piece of paper. So we'll see what happens. There's a big special election today in Georgia. How many? We have 3 special elections this year? Where,
this might be the 3rd, yeah. There was just one...
3rd or the 4th? I think they're 3. I'm not sure, but there have been a couple of these special elections where there's a seat open in Congress, and they have to have a special election. And Democrats take this real seriously. In each case, it's a Republican who left to go into the Trump administration. So then they have to fill the seat, and there's a special election. So the Democrats, it's crucial to gain seats in the House or Senate. So they go nuts on these elections. I mean, Soros and all the big money, Obama resources, everything is put into these, and they've lost every single one of them this year. And I think they'll lose today. This one they put more money into. You know how they're saying, this guy is the guy, this candidate, this guy can really communicate, this guy, nobody's ever had more money, more talent. They've been saying that in each special election, they lose. But I think the reason they lose is most people, forget inside the bubble here where we all live, forget New York, Washington, L.A., most people in the middle of America are thinking to themselves, Trump is stumbling, doesn't seem to know how to get things done in Washington, but this kind of guy figures it out. We figure by the end of the year he'll get going and figure it out. They look at the Democrats and they think, these people are insane right now. They're crazy. Maybe they have issues in positions, but they forgot about them. And they're just in the street yelling like maniacs. I mean, you got to admit, they look absolutely hysterical right now.
Okay, that's a good description. Let's hope that Trump does straighten things out here. Okay, he's a little bumbling right now.
Let's say you go into a store and there's somebody in line screaming like a maniac. Something went wrong, and they're in Starbucks and they're screaming at the cashier, screaming. Now, you look at them, they look like a nice, well-dressed person. They probably have a job, a family. They probably have things they do in life. But right now, all you see is a screaming maniac. You just think, this person looks like a nut. So that's the whole Democratic Party right now. Yelling and screaming and carrying on like nuts. So if they have any positions or any reason to vote for them, everybody's forgotten about it right now. So I think that's why they're losing every special election. So they gotta calm down. Hey, here in New York, Mayor de Blasio, speaking of screaming like a nut, we have a big problem. The mayor always had control of our school systems, which makes sense. New York City controls its schools. And then I think it was in the Lindsay administration, which wasn't going well. The whole Lindsay administration was a mess. They gave up control of the school system to Albany. It was just, they couldn't handle anything. So it was just one thing to get rid of that burden. So Albany took over, and then it makes sense. We control our own schools, obviously.
Right.
So we're about to lose it. The agreement expires. I think it's tomorrow, right?
Well, I don't know when the agreement expires, but the legislature's only going to be in session until tomorrow.
Oh, okay. The agreement expires June 30th. So in other words, by tomorrow you have to get this done. Right. And it's up to Mayor de Blasio to retain control of the school system here in New York. And
come on, you fucking whore.
The problem is they got these charter schools that are very successful, and they're performing much better than our city schools. Charter schools are getting better results. They're working miracles for the worst students in the worst neighborhoods. But the mayor, like most politicians, is in bed with the teachers' unions.
So even though they're doing great, and we could learn a lot from them, he wants to crush these charter schools and put them out of business. They're embarrassing the teachers.
The issue is Republicans want to expand the number of charter schools.
Yes.
He's holding back on that. That's
well, because he's a member of the teachers union. And it's a real simple thing. Anywhere else in the world, if this was a business school, if this were Apple out there in Tim Cook world or Steve Jobs world, he says, this new charter school thing is performing 900% better than the public school. Race over to that department and find out what they're doing so you can do it in your public school. Or you would get Eva Moskowitz, who started these charter schools. Please come consult our public schools. Show us how to do what you did. That's what normal people do.
Well, they're selecting students, too.
Not really.
Well, but they're selecting motivated students.
That argument was debunked. That's the teachers who tried that. They're taking the best students. Not true. They're taking all kinds of students. And remember, they're in the worst possible neighborhoods. And they're outperforming everybody. Now, wouldn't you, being a smart guy, go to them and say, please show us what to do?
The problem,
don't see, this is not here, this is only political. Only a Democratic political.
You have to look at the whole city. You can't say, well, these are, these little pockets are great. It just doesn't, it's not replicated around the city.
Yeah, you know why? Because our schools don't copy what they do. If you were anybody in the business school, you'd be pleading with them, show us what to do. Or you'd send a bunch of nerds over there, study what they do, and copy it. You'd be like Samsung. Hey, go take that Apple phone apart and figure out how we can duplicate it.
But generally speaking, the students who go to these charter schools have very involved parents, pretty stable whole life. They're motivated, and that's not the case with the entire school population. And if only the motivated kids went to charter schools, the rest of the public schools, it would be horrendous.
That's a teachers union talking point, which has been debunked. They've taken tons and tons, and not just in New York. In other cities, charter schools have worked, but that's the attitude of the mayor. Crush them, hide them, sweep them under the rug. We don't want to hear about them. Just help the teachers union. You got to admit the teachers union is powerful, yes. No, not powerful. They're a disaster in the history of our school system in many ways.
Well, I would.
What, are you getting paid off by the teachers union too?
No.
But you got lobbyists in the newsroom. So
there's a lot of good teachers out there. A lot of good principals. And a lot of good schools in the school system.
I know many of them, and they all tell me, get rid of this teacher. They're horrible. And they'll all tell you, all the great teachers out there and all the great principals will tell you about the multi-layers of crap bureaucracy that takes all the money. You know, when you put money in the school system, 94% of it doesn't get to the classroom. I mean, it's those layers and layers and layers of bureaucracy doing nothing. And all those teachers will tell you how they're held back by all this crazy stuff. And not to mention, there's also a lot of really bad teachers that are in that system they can't get rid of.
That's true. That's true.
It's a mess. So, but Mayor de Blasio, rather than try to work this out, hey, listen.
Well, the alternative is you create 32 different school boards. So each neighborhood would have its own school board, like it wasn't attached.
Like now, where each neighborhood has 14 school boards. Under the new system, each neighborhood has one school board. Now they got layers of school boards.
I don't think that system worked fine because, there were pockets that just had terrible schools and you couldn't get out of them.
Well, you see, now you've had a demonstration here. This is the way it works. You can't fix anything. If you applied that kind of logic to Apple, the Apple iPhone 8 would look like the Palm Trio from you. You can't change anything. It has to stay the same. Everything has to look the same. So, but listen, let me defend the mayor on this.
Yes.
He's got to run for re-election every 4 years, and it's teachers union. You call him up. Here's $1 million we raised. He will guarantee you 900,000 votes, and here's $1 million in cash for your election. What's he supposed to do?
That's right.
And he took, what did he take in the last election? 500,000? What are you going to do? Not defend him? They give you 500,000.
Plus, they give you a lot of votes. You turn out the vote.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Go against him? He's stuck. He's in a little dilemma there. Hey, another subway was stuck between stations for 20 minutes. Do you know that some of the riders, this was morning rush hour, went in between the cars. If you're in between the cars, you can get out. And they got out onto the tracks and started to walk to the next station. That's not safe. Not safe. And you ever look out the window when you're going and you see this big rat?
I would never get out. I don't care how close I was.
But it's claustrophobic. It's scary. Remember, the heat in there is unbelievable. So this is all Governor Cuomo's fault. Mayor de Blasio not to blame for this. Governor Cuomo single-handedly controls the subway. The mayor gets seats on the board, and the governor will say, oh, no, I only have minority seats on the board. The board has nothing to do with running the subway. They only have, they have a meeting once every couple of months where they vote on things. It's the commissioner of the subway, the MTA commissioner, who runs the subway. That's Cuomo's guy. We used to have very serious subway commissioners. For the last few years, he's put in these political hacks, these favors, put them in. And the last one especially screwed up the trains. And it's a mess.
Now we have an interim executive director.
Yeah, and he's looking for a new director. This is crucial now. Does he hire a real serious, like a great CEO like Peter Calico or Richard Ravitch, who's once the commissioner, or does he put in some political hack who doesn't know what he's doing? It all comes down to what they spend the money on. You got to buy the stuff that makes the trains move. You got to buy subway signals. You got to buy fans for the switching stations. You got to buy pumps to clean the water, that kind of stuff. But these guys don't do that. They buy new subway cars. You can't even move the cars you got now. They're buying more. All it's going to do is clog it up more.
Oh, they're building a train station.
Oh, we built a new train station. They only want things they can show you on the news. Look at the new station. Look at the new car. That's why they don't do it. You can't say, look at the fans we bought for the switching station. That's the problem. So it's all Governor Cuomo. Take it out on him. Election time. Let's go to Albert here in New Jersey. Albert, are you?
Good morning, Mark.
Are you?
Here's my thought. How can Joe Bartlett defend a system and a union where people sit in rubber rooms for years, pick up $100,000 a year?
Well, there is a lot of that going on
for their trial.
There is a lot.
How can you defend that?
That's ridiculous. That should not be.
But you know, top to bottom, curriculum, everything. There's all kinds of crap in that union system. That's one reason the charter schools, they're like Apple. They move fast, they adjust, they tweak, they do everything they need to do.
Oh, okay, I mean, the union has some flaws.
Yeah, okay, the charter school's like an iPhone, and the union public schools are like an old walkie-talkie from World War II.
But are you suggesting that the charter school formula could be replicated throughout the entire district? Everybody would flourish if it were a charter school?
No, I'm saying we do what every great leader in the business world does. Go watch them, study them, pick it apart, see what they do that we could adopt. There are probably maybe 5 things they do that would improve our schools. That kind of stuff. That's what, you know, when the new Apple phone comes out, what do you think Samsung does? They buy them and take them apart, reverse engineer them, say, what can we copy out of here? What can we learn from this? That's what you do.
Well, they don't have unions, so.
Anyway, when we come back, we got lots to get to. We'll get to President Trump, and we'll get to the swamp, and the tech leaders met with him yesterday. Here's the reason the swamp, Republicans and Democrats have to get rid of Trump. We'll get to that coming up next on 710 WOR. Check out the webpage. A lot of good stuff up there. Watch Megyn Kelly. This is one of the great moments in her show. She actually farts live on TV. Watch. It's probably the best moment ever in her show. And then I love this video. This is the funniest, saddest country song ever. Now listen to the lyrics of this. He sings, I think my dog's a Democrat. It's really good. And watch this video. It's Joe Pesci as Darth Vader. I think it really improves the movie. It's all from the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com. Then go over to the Mark Simone page. Or just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
Do you need a company to replace the windows in your home? Do you want to know the company that over 25,000 New York Metro homeowners chose to replace their windows? Today I'm talking with the local owner of Renewal by Anderson, Larry Landis. Larry, 25,000 local customers is absolutely amazing.
Hi, Todd. Thanks. You know, we have an unbelievable window, and we go above and beyond for our customers. And because we're the replacement window division of Anderson, people know they're getting the best.
You mentioned your unbelievable window. Now, do you sell vinyl windows?
No, we don't. We refuse to sell vinyl because vinyl is weak. In fact, we've replaced so many vinyl windows, we've lost count. Our window is made of a thermopolymer composite called Vibrex, which is twice as strong as vinyl.
Now, Larry, people want a strong window. They also want a fantastic price.
That they do. Right now, with our instant product rewards, save 20% on absolutely everything. That's windows, patio doors, and even installation, too, with no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year.
See, now that's an incredible deal, Larry. For a very limited time, save 20% on absolutely everything. Windows, patio doors, and even installation too. For a free renewal by Anderson brochure or window diagnosis, just call 800-721-6100. That's 800-721-6100. 800-721-6100.
Offer not available in all areas. Restrictions and conditions apply. Call for license information. Hey, nothing's more important than getting a good night's sleep, and nothing helps more than the right pillow. You know, you can get the bed sheets, the finest mattress, that's all good, but the right pillow makes all the difference, and My Pillow is unlike any other pillow. There's 25 million people now using the My Pillow. It gives you perfect support. Unlike any other pillow, you might be nice to have a soft, fluffy down pillow, but that's not giving you the right support. The My Pillow is, it'll feel a little strange the first couple of weeks. Stick with it. It'll take you till the third or fourth night, you realize you're sleeping better, you don't wake up as much, you don't toss and turn as much, you're better rested. Hey, right now they're doing that deal where you get a 4-pack, half price, 2 premium My Pillows. By the way, these are not the pillows you see in stores. These are the really good premium My Pillows. And 2 of the smaller, go anywhere travel My Pillows. 50% off. Use the promo code WOR. That'll get you the half price deal. You go to mypillow.com, you get the same 60-night money-back guarantee. mypillow.com, mypillow.com, and to get the half price deal, use the promo code WOR.
Dave Kahn and Larry Graham, side by side, on their first ever tour together, Saturday, July 29th, NYCD Theater in Westbury. 9-time Grammy Award nominee Dave Kahn, Grammy Award nominee and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Larry Graham. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and at the Westbury box office.
There's huge differences in cancer treatment. Surgery is removal of part of your body and can result in complications, even spreading the cancer. It's invasive and might result in lifelong changes. Chemo are chemicals in your body from head to toe to try to arrest the cancer. Might work early, later cancer mutates to outsmart the chemo, resulting in toxicity without benefit. Standard RT has collateral effects too. All reasons why Dr. Lederman is first in America to perform body radiosurgery to attack new or recurrent cancers directly, non-invasively, painlessly with invisible beams, outpatient therapy in minutes. Triple board certified, Harvard-trained Dr. Lederman. So many people seek Dr. Lederman for the treatment of new or recurrent cancers, most anywhere in the body. To avoid surgery or chemo, pre-book with DVD, call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. Call Dr. Lederman, 212-CHOICES. 1384 Broadway at 38. For appointments, call 212-CHOICES.
Hey, WOR listeners, Joe Bartlett here. Hope you're tuning in to our weekend program, Estate Law Expose. If you need help right now with estate law planning, or if you would like to learn more about legal strategies designed to reduce unnecessary taxes, protect your assets, avoid probate, Medicaid, or guardianship, call the law offices of Christine Thea Rubenstein at 1-800-201-LAW or go to courtboss.com to schedule a free in-office half-hour estate planning strategy session.